My name is Vida Candida S. Arsiaga. Many people call me Miss V, especially in my professional community and in the school where I teach. But a lot of people who have personal connections with me, they call me Ate Vida or Nanay Vida. I'm a mother, I'm a teacher, a coach, and mentor. By profession, I'm a human resources and organization development practitioner and leader, and of course, a celebrated cancer survivor.
Could you tell us your breast cancer journey?
Okay, so it goes back to 2009. That's a long time ago. So I first had my malignant tumors in my uterus and ovaries. So I had my surgery, I had my total hysterectomy. So after 3 years, the cancer recurred and it came out in my thyroid. So I had stage 3 of medullary thyroid cancer. It's a very rare kind of thyroid cancer. And after a year, I had my checkup and my doctors were wondering why my cancer markers are still high. So it was found out that I had breast cancer. So my doctors were amazed. They didn't know anymore whether the cancer started in the breast or in the thyroid, but I had my surgeries. So all in all, I had 8 surgeries to go through my cancer journey and be free from cancer. I had my treatment, so I had radiation, I had chemotherapy. The chemotherapy that was used was a bit modern and state-of-the-art at that time. But then I was working, so we had the funds to finance my treatment and medication. And of course, I also had my HMO from my employers. So the journey was not easy. The medication, the treatment can be afforded by money. But I think the emotional anguish, the mental torture, not only of myself, but my family and the people who care about me, really mattered a lot. So it was not easy, but I'm still thankful because I'd like to consider myself blessed. Still, I consider it a miracle that after having gone through all those types of cancers, I'm still here, alive and still able to do what I love to do, still able to support people that I love, and still exploring how to enhance my purpose with the remaining life that I have.
How did your experience with breast cancer reshape your relationships with yourself, your body, and the people around you?
Okay, of course, the cancer episodes were life-changing. At first, they were life-threatening, but I guess I'm really blessed because the cancers taught me a lot of things. The cancers were dreadful, but they made me value my life more. I used to be a workaholic. I think I'm still a workaholic, but back then, my life was all about work. And work is my life, or was my life rather. So, having realized that I had the illness made me value time and my life more. It made me realize that no matter what we do, our life is actually not in our hands. So we have to go back to God, strengthen our faith, and believe, and ask for help, ask for mercy and grace. I've become more forgiving of people and their shortcomings. I have learned to value my relationship not only with my loved ones, but with everyone that I got connected with. I learned to value time more. So 24 hours a day were used productively, and I think that I'm still doing that very well. So I listened to my heart, explored what I want to do, what my purpose in life is, and what matters, not only to myself, but to my loved ones. So working hard and working smart is still the main purpose of my life. But it's not because of what I want to do or what I want to have, but I do it to support many other people who I consider as my extended family. And even though I do not know a person, if that person comes along and asks for help, I still consider that person part of my purpose in this life. So, having the cancer made me realize also that time is running out. So, I have to prioritize what are truly important, not only to myself, but for my family. So, I also listened to my heart and spent time on my hobbies and interests. And so I did more of that so that I use every time that God has given to me productively and fruitfully. It doesn't mean that I don't have fun, but if I have fun, it's still with purpose, and I have fun with people that truly matter to me, like my family, my students, my clients, and people who need my mentoring and coaching, and any other person that needs help. I think that my value for humanity has grown bigger and grown deeper. And I just want to live my life with purpose and with meaning. And I have learned also that even with the cancer, I have learned to accept things. That everything that God gives us is a gift and a blessing. So I did not question God why He gave me the sickness. Instead of asking Him why me, I asked Him why I am still alive until this time. And that only means that I still have a mission to fulfill.
How can friends or family best support someone going through the breast cancer? Especially, for example, they're having a hard time with what to tell that person.
I think one of the things that I've done also when I realized that I have the cancer and I've gone through it and I became free from it is that we cannot live alone. I realize and I help people realize that also that we live with loved ones and that the sickness does not only burden us, it also burdens our loved ones, our friends, our relatives, our workmates, and going through it does not take one person or the victim of the cancer alone. It takes a family, for example, or it takes a team to bear that burden. And if you have people who love you or care for you, then I think that life can be well spent.
What message do you have to share with others who may be going through a similar journey?
Many times, especially during this month that we are celebrating breast cancer awareness, I think acceptance is the key. So we have to accept that we have that, because if we deny it or keep on regretting or getting frustrated about it, then the people around us will not be able to accept it. So their source of strength is still us. So for example, in my case, I try to explain it to my own family, my daughter and my husband. So we always talk about being prepared for the worst scenario. So I used to be rushed to the ER during those years that I was battling with cancer. Every now and then, in fact, every quarter, I contract pneumonia or bronchitis, and so I'm always taken to the emergency room. So I became the center of attraction in the family, or center of attention in the family. But I think the one shortcoming that I really regret is that while my husband was very strong and very healthy, the focus was me, and that we neglected to take care of the people who took care of us. So if I am only capable of bringing time back, I would like to go back to those years when my husband and my daughter were taking care of me, because by taking care of me, we lost the time to take care of the people who loved us. So it's a dreadful experience, but I want to share it with others so that we can all realize that if there are people who are caring for us or loving us, we should not neglect them as well. We used to think that my husband was free from sickness, and when we lost him unexpectedly last year, it was really a shock for us, because we used to believe and think that maybe I am the only one who was in danger. So I think that we should all be alert, because our life is not actually in our hands. So we should value time, we should value our loved ones, and we should not waste time on things that do not really matter. So now I have learned a lot of lessons in this life. I'd like to say that cancer is one tragedy or disaster that can happen to anyone. So awareness is actually the key. So I'd like to advise everyone to be very concerned or cautious about health. So have your regular checkup. If you have symptoms, you have been feeling pains or even just a simple headache or body pains, please see the doctor. We cannot guess what we do not know. So if we know about the illness, then we could have early treatment or medication. So I would like to say what other doctors say, that early detection is actually the key. And that the cancer that destroys our body and our organs is just on the surface. The real cancer that is hard to fight is the emotional and the mental torture that we have to go through when we become a victim of this illness or sickness. Let me just plug also, guys. Okay, I have my tote bags for breast cancer awareness this year. I have produced tote bags in black and white colors, 15 by 18 inches. So those tote bags were designed using my artwork. So if you're interested, please contact the APC site shop, and you can also directly send messages to me. Thank you so much.